Some years ago, the city of Aschaffenburg installed new high-tech electronic display boards at some of its bus stops because, of course, every self-respecting city needs new high-tech electronic display boards at its bus stops. But if you go there now, you'll see that they've all been switched off and had stickers stuck to them explaining that they're going to be out of service until the end of 2023. The end of 2023? That's another year away. I know it seems like a small thing, and really it is a small thing, but still I have to know what the devil is going on. Well, as it turns out, if you're a city a tenth the size of Frankfurt, you probably want to be a bit careful before you start spending money on things that you don't really need. The original departure boards were first installed in 2009 at an initial cost of €350,000, and it was officially known as a dynamic passenger information system. So you would expect it to be dynamic, wouldn't you? But that's what this thing wasn't. It couldn't actually display any real-time information. Basically, it had a timetable programmed into it, and that was it. It could tell you when the next buses were due, but it couldn't tell you if they were actually running on time. In other words, it couldn't tell you anything more than you could find out just by reading the old-fashioned printed timetables posted at every bus stop. So already it was pretty pointless, but never mind, Aschaffenburg may be a small provincial city, but it was at the cutting edge of modern technology with its state-of-the-art dot matrix displays. When they worked, which was not always. A city the size of Aschaffenburg can't always afford things that actually work properly. But things got worse a few years ago when the company that had built the system stopped supporting it and stopped supplying spare parts. So Aschaffenburg got their IT department to see if they could hack into the system and install their own software on it. And they couldn't. Is this because the system was in fact tamper-proof, or because Aschaffenburg's IT department isn't very good? I really couldn't tell you. So it seems that the city has given up trying, and rather than attempt to run a 13-year-old system that can't be fixed, has just switched it off. And it's not ever going to come back online again. It's going to have to be completely replaced. The plan is to replace it with a better, more modern and truly dynamic system. One that can actually tell you if your bus is late or cancelled, with displays that are easier to read, and hopefully one that doesn't keep breaking down all the time. The city estimates the cost at around €700,000. Now, according to EU law, a project of that size must be put out to tender so that any company anywhere in the EU can bid for the contract. And this means that it will be January at the earliest before we even know who is going to design and build the new system. Then the new system needs to actually be designed and built. And at the moment, there are serious problems in the supply chain, especially when it comes to electronic parts. And that is why the city is saying that we may have to wait until the end of next year, while hoping that it can be done quicker. So what do we do in the meantime? Well, there is an app that does give you real-time information and can tell you exactly where the bus that you're waiting for is. Oh, cool. So why is the city spending nearly €750,000 on a system that does exactly what the app already does? According to the city, it's because not everybody has a smartphone, and not everybody who has a smartphone has the app, and not everybody who has the app knows how to use it. Okay, yes, not everybody has a smartphone, that is true, and the app has a lot of features that are only relevant to residents of Aschaffenburg, and so visitors won't want to install it. That's also true. But they could at least offer a smaller app just for the buses. And if the problem is that people don't know how to use it, then maybe that's a sign that it's badly designed. Just a thought. Self-respecting city news there. The original departures, blah, blah, blah. And it was officially called a and rather than modern technology with its